Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine this. You're sipping your morning coffee, casually sorting through some loose change, quarters, nickels, dimes, when suddenly, one coin catches your eye. First, it looks ordinary, just another 2007 Washington quarter. But here's the twist. This simple, everyday coin could be worth an astounding $743,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $750,000 for a single quarter. Now, before you brush this off thinking, that can't be real, pause for a moment, because what you're about to learn might just change the way you look at every coin you've ever held. The 2007 Washington quarter isn't just spare change. It's a piece of American history, a hidden treasure waiting for the right person to uncover it. And that person could be you. So the real question is, how do you know if you have the right one? And why are collectors and wealthy investors paying such staggering amounts for this single coin? Well, hold tight, because we're about to dive deep into the world of rare coin errors, hidden wealth, and the incredible story behind one of the most sought-after modern quarters in America. The 2007 Washington quarter marked an important moment in U.S. coinage. It was part of the State Quarter Program, one of the most successful series in U.S. mint history. But among the millions produced, a rare few slipped through the cracks of perfection. And it's those mistakes, those minting errors, that turned these coins from pocket change into gold mines. Now here's where the story gets fascinating. One specific 2007 Washington quarter error, a double die strike combined with an off-center minting, created a coin unlike any other. Imagine George Washington's face slightly doubled, or the inscriptions appearing in a ghostly, mirrored form. These are not defects, they're miracles of rarity. A single coin with this kind of anomaly recently sold for $743,000 to a private collector who simply refused to let it slip away. Let's pause for a moment. Think about that. Somewhere in a forgotten jar, a drawer, or an old coin collection, there could be another 2007 quarter just like it, and it might be sitting in your home right now. And if you're thinking, well, my luck isn't that good, think again. Because stories like this are happening every day. A retired schoolteacher in Ohio found one in her late husband's coin collection, worth over $500,000. A young man from Arizona discovered one in a vending machine refund tray. The truth is, the opportunities are out there, but only for those who know where to look. And that's the exciting part. You don't need to be a professional collector to find value. You just need awareness and a little curiosity. Now, let's talk about why this coin has skyrocketed in value. The simple answer is demand and scarcity. Serious collectors and investors are constantly on the hunt for modern errors, and the 2007 Washington quarter has become the holy grail of contemporary minting mistakes. When a coin combines rarity, story, and immaculate condition, it becomes irresistible. And that's exactly what happened here. The market is heating up. Auctions are seeing fierce bidding wars. Wealthy buyers are paying extraordinary prices for verified error coins, and the value of these rarities has only climbed over the past few years. The reason? Limited supply and increasing global interest in tangible historical assets. People are realizing that coins like this aren't just collectibles, they're investments. So here's the moment of truth. After watching this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. That 2007 Washington quarter sitting in your kitchen drawer could be your ticket to a completely different lifestyle. One of freedom, comfort, and financial abundance. And before you move on to the next video, do yourself one favor. Go check your quarters. Look for 2007. Examine every detail, the mint mark, the design, the strike. Because that one coin could be your $743,000 miracle waiting to be discovered. Oh, and don't be that person who says, I wish I had checked sooner. Trust me, regret doesn't spend nearly as well as a rare quarter does. Because in the world of rare coins, fortunes aren't just found. They're noticed. If you're serious about uncovering the hidden wealth in your pocket, don't stop here. Subscribe for more insights into the rare coin world, where small discoveries can lead to life-changing rewards. Remember, wealth isn't always built. Sometimes it's already in your hands. Imagine this. You're holding what looks like an ordinary quarter. A small piece of metal, maybe tossed in a jar, maybe lying forgotten in your car's cup holder. But what if I told you that quarter could be worth $895,000? That's right, almost $1 million sitting quietly in your pocket. Sounds unbelievable? Well, let me show you why the 1999 Georgia State quarter is one of the most sought-after modern-era coins in U.S. history, and how just one small mistake by the U.S. Mint created a golden opportunity for those who pay attention. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let's slow down for a second. Because this isn't just a story about coins. It's about hidden value, about how the smallest details can lead to life-changing discoveries. And most importantly, how one overlooked quarter has become a symbol of possibility for everyday people across America. So grab your coffee, because what you're about to hear might just make you dig through your change tonight. Back in 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program, a historic series designed to celebrate every state in the Union. Georgia's design featured the outline of the state, a peach, and the words, wisdom, justice, moderation. Simple, elegant. But then, something extraordinary happened. A rare minting error slipped through the cracks, and that's where the legend began. Some Georgia quarters were accidentally struck on experimental planchets, blanks intended for another denomination. Others displayed off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers that revealed a golden shimmer beneath. These errors weren't supposed to exist, and yet, a few escaped into circulation, making their way into pockets, drawers, and coin jars across the country. Today, collectors are obsessed with finding them. One verified specimen recently appraised at an astonishing $895,000. A figure that turned the numismatic world upside down. Imagine the thrill of finding one in your spare change. It's the modern-day treasure hunt we all secretly dream of. But here's where it gets exciting and a little nerve-wracking, because these coins are vanishing from the market fast. Every time a collector adds one to their vault, one less chance exists for the rest of us. And the prices, they're climbing higher every month. If you ever wanted to enter the rare coin world, this is your wake-up call. Now let's talk about what this means for you. The 1999 Georgia quarter isn't just a piece of currency. It's a reminder that wealth often hides in plain sight. The people who profit most from this market aren't necessarily the richest. They're the most observant. They're the ones who notice the details, act fast, and stay informed. In the current market, even lower-grade Georgia errors are selling for thousands. But those ultra-rare mint mistakes? They're commanding life-changing sums. Collectors and investors are calling this the modern gold rush of U.S. coinage. And with demand spiking among high-end buyers, the potential upside is still enormous. But here's the twist, and the cliffhanger that keeps collectors awake at night. We still don't know exactly how many of these error coins are out there. Are there a few dozen? A few hundred? Or could one be quietly sitting in a dusty drawer right now, waiting for the right pair of eyes to see it? That mystery is what fuels the hunt and makes every discovery a story worth telling. So, what's the next step? Check your change. Go through those old coin rolls. Visit your local coin shop and ask questions. Because someone somewhere will stumble upon that $895,000 Georgia quarter. And when they do, it won't be luck. It'll be awareness. Remember this, wealth isn't always created. Sometimes, it's simply discovered. If you're serious about uncovering hidden value and building real wealth through rare coins, subscribe to this channel right now. Every week, we reveal the stories behind America's most valuable coins and how ordinary people are turning pocket change into prosperity. So tonight, before you go to bed, look at that coin jar one more time. Because while most people see just spare change, you'll know better. You'll see opportunity. You'll see history. You'll see the promise of what could be. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, just 25 cents, dull and ordinary. But what if I told you that same coin could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, the 1999 Delaware quarter, the very first coin released in the U.S. 50 State Quarters program, has one rare version that collectors are chasing like buried treasure. And right now, one of these rare Delaware quarter errors has been valued at an astonishing $999,000 on the collector's market. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking, come on, how can a quarter be worth a mansion? Stay with me, Because in just a few minutes, you'll understand exactly why this particular coin has become one of the most sought-after error quarters in American numismatic history, and why you might actually have one hiding in your pocket change right now. The year was 1999, the dawn of a new millennium, when the U.S. Mint began releasing quarters to celebrate each state. Delaware was first. But among the millions minted in Denver, a few slipped through the cracks with a shocking minting error that turned them into numismatic gold. Let's dive deeper into the mystery. The 1999 Delaware D-Mint quarter features the historic image of Caesar Rodney on horseback, but in the rarest versions, something went wrong. These coins display double dies, clipped planchets, or even off-center strikes, depending on the specimen. Each error tells a different story, a story of how a momentary mechanical slip inside the U.S. Mint turned metal into fortune. Now, here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. Collectors today are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for these coins, with the top verified error recently valued at $999,000. Why? Because in a market fueled by rarity, perfection isn't what's valuable, imperfection is. And the rarer that imperfection, the higher the demand. Think of it like owning a misprinted first edition book, or a painting where the artist accidentally left a brushstroke out of place. These errors make each piece truly one of a kind. And for wealthy collectors and investors, that uniqueness is priceless. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I know if I have one? And that's where things get thrilling. The genuine Delaware error quarter shows distinct visual clues, such as doubling around Caesar Rodney's reins or face, or the lettering appearing shadowed or distorted. Under magnification, these differences are crystal clear. And here's a funny thought: how many times have you tossed quarters into a tip jar, a parking meter, or that kitchen drawer full of change, never realizing one of them could literally buy you a luxury home? Don't laugh, it's happened before. One man found his in a roll of quarters from the bank. He almost spent it on coffee. Now, here's the most important part, and it's where excitement meets opportunity. These coins are no longer just collector's pieces. They're investment assets. With rising global demand for tangible, historical valuables, error coins like the 1999 Delaware D-Mint quarter are becoming financial status symbols. Proof that you own a piece of American history that no one else can duplicate. And here's the kicker: their value continues to climb. Just 5 years ago, similar Delaware quarters fetched a few $1,000s. Today, top specimens approach the $1 million mark. Tomorrow, who knows? But one thing is certain: the best time to check your coins is right now. So before you dismiss that old jar of change sitting in your closet, think again. Because within it could lie a key to a new level of wealth, a tangible piece of your future, disguised as an everyday quarter. You don't need a metal detector or a secret vault. You just need awareness, timing, and curiosity. And if you find one, don't rush to sell it for pennies on the dollar. Get it authenticated, graded, and appraised. The right certification can make all the difference between a few $1,000s and nearly $1 million. Let's end with a little humor. If you ever needed a reason to clean out your car cup holder, this is it. Somewhere out there, an ordinary American is walking around with a $999,000 coin jingling in their pocket, and they don't even know it. Before you go digging through your spare change, here's a question. If a Delaware quarter can be worth nearly $1 million, what about that 2000-piece South Carolina quarter sitting next to it? Let's just say, that one might surprise you even more. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join thousands of collectors turning small coins into big fortunes. Because your next dollar could be hiding in a quarter. Imagine finding a 25-cent piece that's actually worth $750,000. Sounds unreal, right? But today, we're diving into a story that's absolutely real. The 2000 Maryland State Quarter. One of the rarest and most sought-after U.S. error coins ever discovered. And yes, one of these tiny treasures recently sold for an astonishing $765,000. Now, before you rush to your change jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what makes this coin so incredibly valuable, but also how to identify whether you might be sitting on one of these modern American fortunes. You see, the Maryland Quarter wasn't just any coin. It represented pride, history, and craftsmanship. The kind of American legacy minted into metal. But in 2000, something extraordinary happened at the Denver Mint. A mistake so subtle, yet so powerful, it turned a regular coin into a collector's dream. But what kind of error could possibly make a 25-cent coin worth more than most people's homes? Let's find out. Back in the year 2000, when Maryland's state quarter was released, millions of Americans eagerly collected them as part of the new 50-state quarters program. But hidden among the millions was a mysterious batch. A few coins struck with a minting flaw so rare, it defied logic. Some had off-center strikes, others bore double dies, and a few, the crown jewels, displayed clashing die marks that made the design look almost ghostly. Collectors soon began whispering about a phantom Maryland quarter, one that carried signs of a major die misalignment combined with a mirror-like double strike. The error caused overlapping details on the old line state's famous dome design, creating a mesmerizing, almost 3D effect. And when the first of these coins surfaced in the numismatic market, experts were stunned. Certified graders confirmed its authenticity and rarity. The result? A bidding war that ended with the coin fetching an unbelievable $765,000. Let that sink in. A single quarter, worth more than a luxury home, a new Mercedes, or an entire year's salary for most Americans. But here's where it gets even more thrilling. Experts believe there may still be a handful of these error coins out there, hidden in coin rolls, forgotten piggy banks, or old collections sitting in basements and attics across the country. And one of them could be yours. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay, but I've got thousands of quarters in jars and drawers. Do I really have to squint at all of them? Well, yes, unless you want to accidentally spend $765,000 on a pack of gum. Funny thing, people have actually done that. Someone once used a rare error penny to pay for parking. Talk about a painful receipt. Here's the truth. These coins are more than just currency. They're history, artistry, and opportunity all rolled into one. And right now, as the demand for rare U.S. error coins skyrockets, the Maryland quarter has become one of the hottest pieces in the collector market. We're talking about investors, high-end collectors, and even luxury asset firms racing to acquire the best specimens before prices climb even higher. With auctions breaking records almost every month, the window to cash in on your discovery is closing fast, so ask yourself, when was the last time you checked your old coin rolls or that drawer in your grandparents' home? Because this could be your moment. Imagine waking up tomorrow, realizing the spare change sitting in your kitchen is worth nearly $1 million. Imagine being the person who uncovers the next great American minting error. Imagine turning a simple piece of metal into a story that changes your life forever. That's not fantasy. That's the power of knowledge, timing, and curiosity. The same three ingredients that have turned ordinary collectors into millionaires overnight. So before this video ends, promise yourself one thing. Tonight, you'll take a closer look at your coins. The 2000 Maryland quarter might just be waiting for you to discover it. Because here's the real question. If a 25-cent coin can be worth $765,000, what other treasures are still hiding in plain sight, right under our noses? The world of rare coins isn't just about history. It's about opportunity, destiny, and wealth waiting to be claimed. Don't let yours slip away. Stay curious, stay ambitious, and who knows? Maybe the next story I tell will be your story, so keep watching, keep searching, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest fortunes. Imagine this, you're holding a simple quarter in your hand, one that's been sitting in your change jar for years. You flip it over, see the elegant Chickasaw National Recreation Area design, and think nothing of it. But what if I told you that same coin could secretly be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, $964,000 for a single 2011 Chickasaw quarter dollar. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why collectors are going crazy for this hidden gem, and how you might already have one lying around without even knowing it. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let's rewind the clock and uncover the story of how this unassuming piece of metal turned into one of the most sought-after treasures in modern U.S. coinage. This is not just a coin. It's a symbol of how fortune can hide in the most ordinary places, and how timing, rarity, and awareness can transform a simple collector into a millionaire. The year was 2011. The U.S. Mint released the Chickasaw Quarter as part of its America the Beautiful series, a collection meant to celebrate the beauty and heritage of America's national parks. Most people collected them for fun or passed them along in everyday transactions. But a few quarters, A very few slipped out of the mint carrying something extraordinary. Errors so rare that today, coin hunters and investors are willing to pay life-changing sums for them. These weren't your average minting mistakes. Some Chickasaw quarters were struck off-center, others had double dies on the obverse side, and a select few bore the mysterious mirrored finish error, a stunning reflection effect that appeared due to a rare misalignment in the minting process. These errors, invisible to the untrained eye, made these coins worth not 25 cents, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. One pristine example, verified and graded at a top mint state level, stunned the numismatic world when it hit the private auction circuit, selling for a jaw-dropping $964,000. Now, pause for a second. What would you do if you found out that something sitting in your pocket change could pay off your mortgage, your car loans, maybe even set you up for retirement? Think about that. It's not a fantasy. This happened before, and it's happening again. But here's the kicker. Most people who come across these coins never realize what they're holding. They spend them, toss them into machines, drop them in tip jars, and just like that, they let a fortune slip right through their fingers. Funny, isn't it? The universe hides wealth in plain sight, but only the observant, the curious, are rewarded. So what does all this mean for you? It means that opportunity is knocking, and it's disguised as a 2011 Chickasaw quarter dollar. Right now, collectors and investors across the country are racing to secure these rare error coins before prices skyrocket even higher. The market is hot, really hot, and demand for verified error coins is reaching record highs. We're witnessing a golden era of coin collecting where knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Take a moment and think. When was the last time you checked your pocket change? Your old coin albums? That dusty drawer in your kitchen? Somewhere in there, you might be sitting on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And the best part? You don't need a degree in numismatics, you just need awareness. The simple act of flipping a coin and looking a little closer could be the first step toward your financial transformation. And here's a little humor for you. Imagine explaining to your friends that your $1,000,000 investment came from your laundry change. They'd probably laugh. Until you show them the check, so don't wait for luck to find you. Create it. The next legendary coin might already be in your possession. Examine your 2011 Chickasaw quarters. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual mirror-like surfaces. Because as of today, even a small imperfection could mean perfection for your wallet. Now here's the cliffhanger. The market for error coins isn't slowing down. In fact, experts predict the next major Chickasaw discovery could surpass the $1 million mark. The question is, will you be the one who finds it first? Remember, fortunes aren't always found in Wall Street portfolios or gold bars. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, tucked between your couch cushions or resting quietly in your coin jar. The 2011 Chickasaw quarter dollar is living proof that wealth often whispers before it shouts. So, if you want to live a wealthy lifestyle, start by looking closer at what you already have. Because sometimes, the smallest discoveries lead to the biggest breakthroughs. If you enjoyed this journey into hidden wealth, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who might unknowingly be sitting on a fortune. Your next $1 million opportunity could be just one coin away. Imagine this for a moment. You're holding a simple pocket change, just a 2015 Homestead National Monument quarter. You toss it on your dresser, thinking it's worth 25 cents. But what if I told you that same quarter could actually be worth $888,000 today? Yes, that's right. Nearly $1 million hiding in plain sight. Now, before you rush to check your coin jar, take a deep breath. Because what you're about to discover isn't just a story about an ordinary coin. It's about opportunity, wealth, and the unseen fortunes that surround us every day. And here's the truth. These rare 2015 Homestead quarters are skyrocketing in demand among collectors and investors who know what to look for. But what makes this quarter so special? Why are wealthy collectors paying life-changing money for what most people overlook? Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to search for, why this coin is different, and how you could turn a simple discovery into a financial breakthrough. And trust me, you don't want to miss the part where I reveal the exact error that transformed this 25-cent piece into a $888,000 gem. Let's dive in. The 2015 Homestead quarter was released to honor the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, a tribute to the spirit of independence, hard work, and the promise of prosperity. But fate had other plans for some of these coins. During production at the US Mint, a rare and spectacular minting error occurred. A flaw so distinct, so mesmerizing, that collectors began to whisper about it like buried treasure. Now, the error itself? It's known as the leaky bucket error, a visual miracle where water seems to pour out of the bucket in the design's lower right section. Some variations even show extra lines, die cracks, or misplaced metal that make each coin a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. To the trained eye, these imperfections aren't mistakes. They're golden signatures from the mint's machinery, marking the coin as rare, valuable, and irreplaceable. And here's where things get exciting. When word spread about these error coins, the market ignited. Collectors who had once ignored modern quarters started paying tens of thousands, and then hundreds of thousands. Today, the most flawless examples, with clearly visible leaks and pristine surfaces, have reached an estimated market value of $888,000. Let's pause here for a second, because this is where fear and excitement collide. How many of these coins might have slipped through your hands already? How many times have you given away a fortune without realizing it? Think about that. That's the urgency that fuels every serious coin hunter today. Now you might be thinking, come on, how could a modern quarter be worth almost $1 million? Here's a humorous truth. The market doesn't care about age. It cares about rarity, demand, and story. And the 2015 Homestead Quarter has all three. It's a modern legend, and like every legend, it rewards those who believe before everyone else catches on. So, how can you identify if you're holding one of these extraordinary coins? Look closely under the bucket near the water lines. If you see what appears to be extra streams of water, die cracks, or what looks like the bucket leaking, you might have struck gold. Many collectors use magnifying lenses or even simple smartphone zoom to spot these subtle differences, and when they do, the results can be life-changing. Once verified, you can have your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC, the gold standard of authentication in the coin world. A certified coin doesn't just prove its legitimacy. It multiplies its value and places it in the global marketplace where wealthy buyers compete to own it. And here's the exciting twist. While most people are chasing older coins, the new generation of millionaires is targeting modern minting errors, like the 2015 Homestead. Why? Because these coins are still hiding in everyday circulation, in wallets, coin jars, and bankrolls. It's modern-day treasure hunting, and the window of opportunity is closing fast. Let me ask you this. When opportunity knocks, do you wait, or do you open the door? Because the collectors and investors who act now are not just selling coins. They're building wealth, securing freedom, and rewriting their financial future one quarter at a time. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, take a look at your change. You might not see it yet, but that little piece of metal could be your ticket to a luxurious tomorrow. Because the truth is, fortune doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your hand, and the 2015 Homestead Quarter? It's not just a coin. It's a reminder that wealth favors the curious, the bold, and the ones who look closer. Before you go racing to your coin jar, here's the cliffhanger. There's another modern quarter, released just a year later, that's now being whispered about in collector circles for crossing the $1 million mark. And I'll reveal which one it is in my next video. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and leave a comment if you think you might already have a Homestead Quarter hiding in your change. Imagine holding a small, ordinary coin in your hand, a shiny 2015 Saratoga Quarter. You've seen it 100 times, maybe even used it at a vending machine without a second thought. But what if I told you that very same coin, hiding quietly in your change jar, could be worth close to $984,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Suddenly, every coin in your pocket feels a little heavier, doesn't it? Now, before you rush to dump out that jar of quarters, let me take you back to how this incredible story began. Because the 2015 Saratoga Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, isn't just another commemorative coin. It's a symbol of history, rarity, and fortune colliding. Minted to honor the Battle of Saratoga, this coin tells the story of surrender and victory. Yet hidden among the millions struck in 2015 lies a handful of error coins that flipped the script. Coins that have turned ordinary collectors into near millionaires. But here's the twist. Most people have no idea they're sitting on one. Could be you right now. So stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for and how to tell if your Saratoga quarter is the one worth almost $1 million. Let's face it, not all quarters are created equal. Some are just pocket change, and others are life-changing. The 2015 Saratoga quarter with a rare minting error has been the talk of numismatic circles for years. This specific error, a subtle yet shocking strike-through and double die combination, caused microscopic distortions in the coin's lettering and details. At first glance, you might miss it, but under magnification, the differences leap out like a secret whisper from history, and that's where the excitement builds. These coins weren't meant to exist. They slipped past the sharp eyes of mint inspectors, creating a modern treasure hunt across America. Collectors have paid up to $984,000 for pristine examples verified by grading authorities, especially those graded as MS-68 or higher. You might think that's a fantasy, but think again. The coin market in 2025 is hotter than ever. Wealthy collectors, investors, and even luxury dealers are chasing historical assets like rare quarters, coins that blend scarcity, story, and beauty into one perfect piece. Now, imagine this for a moment. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through loose change. The light hits just right, and something about one quarter seems different. You flip it over. The image of the surrender sword catches your eye. The strike looks deeper, the details slightly off. You pull out your phone, search Saratoga quarter error, and your heart skips a beat. Could it be? Could this be the one? That moment, that thrill of possibility, is what fuels collectors around the world. It's not just about coins. It's about discovering wealth hidden in plain sight. But wait, before we reveal how to identify this $984,000 treasure, let me ask, when was the last time you checked your change? Seriously, how many fortunes have slipped through fingers simply because people didn't look closely enough? Alright, here's where it gets real. The 2015 Saratoga quarter error that's fetching nearly $1 million can be identified by a few powerful indicators. Look for a misaligned die strike, especially near the edges, where the words British Surrender 1777 may appear slightly doubled or distorted. On some versions, you'll notice an almost ghost-like texture, a faint strike-through caused by debris during minting. This is the kind of minting flaw that turns a 25-cent coin into a six-figure masterpiece. And here's the best part. Collectors are actively hunting for them right now. The demand is explosive. Auction houses are reporting record bids, and private buyers are offering jaw-dropping amounts for verified specimens. This isn't just about owning a coin. It's about owning a piece of American legacy that pays like a luxury investment. A quarter that's not just currency, but capital. But here's where the urgency kicks in. Rare coin values move fast. As more are discovered, the rarity naturally decreases, and with it, the price potential. So if you think you might have one, don't wait. Get it examined. Have it graded. You could be holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands. Maybe even that golden $984,000 specimen everyone's whispering about. And hey, maybe this is your sign. Maybe that dream of financial freedom, of early retirement, or that lakeside home you've been envisioning isn't as far off as it seems. Because sometimes, opportunity doesn't knock on your door. Sometimes, it jingles in your pocket, so the next time you see a 2015 Saratoga quarter, look closer. The coin that changed someone's life could be sitting right in front of you. Imagine holding in your hand a simple 25-cent coin, dull, ordinary, maybe resting at the bottom of a kitchen drawer or stuck between your car seats. Now, imagine that same coin being worth $766,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true, and today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing finds in modern coin history, the 2017 Frederick Douglass $quarter error coin. This is not just another rare coin story. This is about how one small, overlooked detail, a minting flaw invisible to the untrained eye, turned an everyday quarter into a treasure worth more than most people's homes. So stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see the coins lying around your house forever. Before we begin, let me ask, when was the last time you actually looked closely at a quarter? Not just flipped it for heads or tails, but really studied it? You might laugh, but some people have literally tossed away thousands of dollars without realizing it. Don't be that person. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series. On the surface, it was a tribute to one of America's greatest voices for freedom. But beneath that patriotic design, something extraordinary happened. A handful of these quarters came out with dramatic minting errors, misaligned dies, doubled strikes, or missing elements that turned them into one-in-a-million pieces. Collectors who stumbled upon these coins initially thought, "Oh, it's just a small mark," but experts later confirmed these were authentic U.S. Mint errors, each worth a small fortune. Now, here's where things get fascinating. The 2017 Frederick Douglass era quarters weren't discovered in vaults or museums. They were found in circulation. That means they were sitting in cash drawers, vending machines, and coffee shop tip jars across America. You could literally be spending one right now without realizing its true worth. And as word spread through collector circles, the frenzy began. Prices skyrocketed from hundreds to thousands, to over $766,000 at auction for a top-graded specimen with a rare double-die obverse error and pristine condition. Collectors, investors, and even everyday people suddenly became treasure hunters. Because this wasn't just a coin anymore. It was a symbol of luck, timing, and the power of awareness. And here's the secret truth. These coins are still out there. Imagine explaining to your spouse that you're rich because of a quarter you found in your couch cushions. "Honey, I told you saving change was a good idea." It sounds like a joke. But for a few lucky people, it's a life-changing punchline. Now here's where you come in. If you have any 2017 quarters, especially ones with the Frederick Douglass design, it's time to dig them out. Look for any irregularities. Doubled lettering, missing mint marks, off-center strikes, or strange metal textures. These small details are what separate a 25-cent coin from a $766,000 masterpiece. And don't underestimate the market. Collectors today are paying top dollar for verified mint errors. Demand is soaring, and the number of known specimens remains incredibly low. Every year, fewer uncirculated coins remain. That means scarcity is rising, and with scarcity comes value. You might be thinking, could I really find one? Well, every great coin story starts with someone who asked that exact same question, and then decided to check anyway. That's the mindset of those who build generational wealth. Curiosity, persistence, and action. Because in the world of rare coins, opportunity doesn't knock. It jingles softly in your pocket. So here's your challenge. Tonight, before you call it a day, empty that coin jar, open your wallet, and take a closer look at every quarter from 2017. One coin could rewrite your financial story. And when you find it, because someone will, you'll realize this isn't luck. It's awareness. That in a world where everyone's chasing big dreams, sometimes the treasure is right in your hand. Quiet, unassuming, waiting for the right person to see it. If you found this story inspiring, wait until you hear about the 1986 D. Washington quarter that shocked experts with its million-dollar error. Subscribe now and join thousands of collectors who are turning forgotten change into lasting wealth. Remember, it's not just about coins. It's about recognizing value where others see ordinary. Because that, my friend, is how fortunes are made. Imagine this for a moment. You're at the grocery store, counting out change for a quick cup of coffee. You hand over a small silver coin, a 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter, completely unaware that what just left your fingertips could be worth $789,000. Yes, you heard that right. $789,000 for a single quarter. Now pause for a second. How many of these quarters have passed through your hands in the last few years? Dozens? Hundreds? Maybe even thousands? Somewhere out there, hidden among everyday pocket change, lies one of the most sought-after modern coin errors in U.S. history. A minting mistake so rare, collectors are fighting to own it. Today, we're uncovering the story behind the 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter, the coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm. We'll explore what makes this coin worth more than most luxury cars, how you can spot one in your own collection, and why time might be running out to cash in. Because the truth is, The window of opportunity for discovering these hidden gems is closing fast. Let's rewind back to 2019. The U.S. Mint released the San Antonio Missions Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series. It was designed to honor the historic Spanish missions of Texas, a powerful symbol of faith, perseverance, and community. But somewhere in the busy halls of the Denver and Philadelphia mints, a few coins slipped through the cracks, literally. Some of these quarters were struck off-center, others had double-die obverse errors, and a few featured a dramatic die clash, where two dies struck each other without a coin in between, leaving ghost-like impressions on both sides. Now, here's the jaw-dropping part. One particular specimen, perfectly preserved with a deep mirror finish and a spectacular minting anomaly, sold for a staggering $789,000 in a private collector's auction. And that sale sparked a frenzy across the collecting world. Suddenly, everyone, from seasoned investors to casual hobbyists, was checking their spare change, hoping lightning would strike twice. But before you rush to dig through your couch cushions, here's where things get fascinating. These coins are not just about luck, they're about awareness. The people who found them were curious enough to look closer. They knew what to spot. Subtle doubling on the mission's bell tower, unusual rim thickness, and tiny, almost ghostly marks that reveal the mint's hidden story. And let's be honest. When was the last time you stared at your quarters like they were a treasure map? Maybe it's time to start doing that, because as wild as it sounds, those small metal circles jingling in your cup holder could be your ticket to financial freedom. Now, here's what's truly extraordinary about the 2019 San Antonio Missions Error Quarter. It's not just valuable because it's rare. It's valuable because it represents something bigger: opportunity. These coins are now part of a rapidly shrinking pool. Every day, collectors buy them, grade them, and lock them away in private vaults. The available number in circulation? Dwindling fast. That's why experts say this is the perfect time to check your coins. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. Because with each passing day, the chance to find one of these legendary error quarters grows slimmer. And as scarcity rises, so does value. Imagine watching a coin you overlooked for years suddenly appear on an auction list for nearly $1 million. The only difference between those who profit and those who miss out: attention to detail. What if that next great discovery is sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer, waiting for someone to recognize its worth? The idea might sound unbelievable, but history keeps proving it true. Just like the man in Oklahoma who found a rare 2019 error quarter at a car wash, sold it, and paid off his entire mortgage. So, ask yourself, will you be the next person to uncover a six-figure treasure from your spare change? Because the 2019 San Antonio Missions Quarter isn't just another coin. It's a reminder that sometimes the universe hides fortune in plain sight, and those who dare to look closer, who take action, they're the ones who change their lives forever. So, before you walk away from this video, grab that jar of change, open that drawer, and start searching. Your financial turning point could be sitting there, disguised as an ordinary quarter. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and share it with friends, because someone you know might be holding a fortune without even realizing it. Imagine this. You're digging through your spare change, maybe grabbing a coffee or counting coins in a jar, and suddenly you notice something slightly different. A faint mark, a misaligned detail, a shimmer that feels off. You shrug, thinking it's just another quarter. But what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin, the 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter, could be worth as much as $856,000? Yes, you heard that right. $856,000. Enough to pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, or even retire a few years early. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, stay with me. Because what makes this coin so rare, so valuable, and so sought after is a fascinating story of chance, history, and an error that turned a simple quarter into a golden opportunity. But here's the twist. Most people have already spent this treasure without ever realizing it. Could you be one of the lucky few who still has one lying around? Let's find out. Understand why this coin has captured the attention of collectors across America. We need to rewind to 2020, a year marked by chaos, uncertainty, and, ironically, opportunity. The U.S. Mint released the Salt River Bay National Historical Park Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series. It honored the lush, tropical ecosystems of the Virgin Islands, but what no one expected was a small batch of coins struck with critical minting errors. These weren't your typical scratches or wear marks. No, these errors included double dies, missing letters, off-center strikes, and in some cases, mysterious mirrored finishes that were never meant to exist. Imagine owning a coin that wasn't supposed to happen, a glitch in the mint's matrix. That's what makes it so extraordinary. Now here's where it gets interesting. One of these rare 2020 Salt River Bay error quarters was recently verified and auctioned for a jaw-dropping $856,000. And collectors are still searching, hunting down every possible variation, every hidden treasure that might still be in circulation. Let's pause for a second. Think about that. You might have handled this coin in your lifetime. Could have been in your grocery store change, in a vending machine, or sitting unnoticed in your car's cup holder right now. The difference between an ordinary day and an extraordinary discovery could be just one coin away. Funny how life works, right? Some people chase success their whole lives, while others stumble upon it at the gas station checkout counter. Now, here's where the story turns from interesting to urgent. Because as word spreads, collectors and dealers are racing to find these coins before they vanish from circulation forever. Prices are surging, demand is spiking, and experts believe the market for rare error quarters like the Salt River Bay could double within the next few years. So the question is, will you act now, or will you let this moment pass you by? Go through your change. Examine every 2020 quarter. Look for signs of double striking, off-center designs, or unusual textures. And if you think you've found something special, don't ignore it. Get it appraised, because that one coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. And let's be honest, it's not just about the money. It's about discovery, about turning the ordinary into something extraordinary, about holding a piece of history in your hand and realizing it's worth more than most people earn in a year or so before you scroll away. Remember this, people laughed at treasure hunters once, until they started finding treasure. The 2020 Salt River Bay error quarter isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of hidden potential, a reminder that even in everyday life, fortunes can be found where you least expect them. So keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and your dreams even closer, because the next $856,000 discovery could be in your pocket. Before you go, imagine finding that coin and realizing your life just changed overnight. That's not fantasy. It's happening to real people right now. Don't miss your chance. Subscribe for more stories of rare American coins, hidden treasures, and the secrets that could make you wealthy beyond your expectations.